East Tennessee's sweetheart will receive a big award for her charity work. Dolly Parton will be honored as the 2019 MusiCares Person of the Year. It's an award given out during Grammys week by the Recording Academy. Dolly is the first country music star to receive this award.
That's cool.
The 8-time Grammy winner is being recognized both for her creative accomplishments and her work with the Dollywood Foundation. That includes providing relief to the victims of the 2016 wildfires and providing more than 100 million books to children through her Imagination Library. Dolly will receive the award at a ceremony in February, a few days before the Grammys. She totally deserves this. I mean, she's amazing.
Wasn't it her and like Kenny Loggins or Kenny Rogers back in the day?
Kenny Rogers, yeah.
Back in the day. I mean, she literally made a career back then. She could have dropped everything right then and just like moved on with life. And she has just pushed forward above and beyond music.
Well, and everything that she's done for the community.
So that's what I'm saying.
She's incredible.
It's amazing.
All right, more rain today?